Hey everyone, my name's Callahan. I am the solo developer of the upcoming indie game Walrus Run, and I am also the owner of the Jam Games LLC, also known as the Jam. And Walrus Run is going to be my first video game ever released, and I'm super excited to show you what I've been working on the past 9 months or so as of recording. Walrus Run is a 2D action platformer that's compatible with the DK Bongo controller. Use the left and right buttons to move, tap both of them to jump, and clap near the microphone to attack. Each bongo pad actually has 2 buttons per pad, which is something this game takes advantage of. You see, you actually move with the lower buttons while using the upper buttons to dash. This gives you a small burst of movement, which is useful for accelerating quickly from a standstill, as well as changing directions quickly for platforming and dodging obstacles. By the way, if you don't own a bongo controller, then don't worry. The game is fully playable with modern controllers as well as keyboard and mouse. My idea is that players can use the D-pad to move left and the base buttons to move right, like you're using the bongo pads. And if that's too weird for you, there is going to be an option for normal platformer controls, left, right, jump. So, can't wait to show you guys. This game has a score attack structure. There are linear platforming levels and some boss levels. Your goal is to complete each level quickly while getting a high score by collecting fish and attacking enemies. After every level, you are given a rank based on your score and time. You can even get bonus points by collecting all fish, defeating all enemies, and taking no damage. Boss levels can only award the no damage bonus, however. Let's talk about how this game came to be. Starting in 2023, I began full-time game development. I was working on a different, much larger project, and after 6 months, I decided to scale back and start a new, smaller project, which would be something more fitting for my first game release. The idea came to me after watching a video from YouTuber Cobra. The video was about a proof-of-concept game that was made in Unreal Engine and controlled like Jungle Beat. I actually decided to buy a used pair of DK bongos off of Mercari after I watched Scott DeWaz's video on the bongos. It just encouraged me to play Jungle Beat for the first time. So I played through Jungle Beat using the bongos as well as Bull Beat, and from there I came up with my own ideas and decided to whip up a prototype. My biggest problems with both of these games was the acceleration and combat. You had to keep tapping the buttons to maintain movement, which is fun, but slowly accelerating and changing directions was not fun for me. So I decided to add a dash ability that had better acceleration, but using only the dash was slower than walking. This way the player can combine both movement mechanics to maximize speed. The other problem I had was combat. In Bull Beat, you entered a turn-based-esque battle, which is a neat idea for a DK Bongo game, but it felt too disconnected from the core platforming experience, like I was playing a different game. And in Jungle Beat, you clap enemies and then run into them, sometimes entering a quick time event where you mash the pads to punch them. Again, very fun, but I wanted to speed up the process. The clap attack in Walrus Run, or as I like to call it, the bite, simply attacks enemies and instantly kills them. No sweat. I wanted this game to have a larger focus on speedrunning and faster gameplay to further contrast it from the other 2 bongo platformers. To help with this, each level is pretty short, about 1 to 3 minutes per level. Factor in cutscenes, boss fights, and retries, I am expecting the average playtime of one playthrough to be an hour long. You might think that's a bit short, but this is intentional. Firstly, after playing Jungle Beat, which is about 5 hours long, my hands would get tired of using the bongos after just 1 hour, so I figured for the player's comfort, it would be best if the game was short. Secondly, to compensate for the short campaign, the game is replayable. Players are encouraged to replay levels to achieve a higher rank. You must get an A rank or higher on all levels to unlock the 3 secret levels. You can also replay arcade mode to play through all levels in one sitting. And who knows, you might find even more secrets. Now let's address the other elephant, or should I say, walrus? In the room, the audio. Yeah, the audio. You see, I'm more of a visual artist, as I've created mostly every graphical asset in the game, with a few exceptions. But as for the music and sound, I'm a complete noob. So, I made audio the only way I knew how. As a homage to Crash to Insanity, a franchise I may or may not be a big fan of, I decided to give this game an a cappella soundtrack. I also used the bongos as drums in the music just for fun. The sound effects are also done with my voice. The overall vibe of the game is to be amateurish in the visuals and audio. As a kid, I would make doodles with markers all the time, and I wanted to imagine this as a game a kid would come up with in his imagination, down to how he would mimic a game's soundtrack. I'm not trying to make a masterpiece of a soundtrack or anything, as this is my first time. I just want players to have a good time. And that's about it for the video. Before you leave, I want to tell everyone watching this to please wishlist Walrus Run on Steam. The Steam store page is live as of this video's upload, so please visit the store page and add it to your wish list. You can feel free to subscribe and follow me if you want, but more than anything, I want you to wishlist the game. I really need those numbers. As for this channel, I plan to upload more update-related videos. Any new trailers will go here, obviously, and I do want to make a tutorial video on how to set up the bongo controllers for Walrus Run, but I'm gonna wait till we get closer to the game's release date later this year. Another thing I plan to do is stream Walrus Run's development on Twitch. You can follow me by visiting twitch.tv/thejam_games. I also plan to stream myself playing some other indie games that I like as well. You can donate to my Ko-fi page if you want to support me, and you can also support me on Patreon. I plan to upload some behind-the-scenes footage that you might not get to see on Twitch, so any donation on any platform is greatly appreciated. That is about everything. You can follow my socials linked below for more updates, as well as the Walrus Run Discord server, which is now available to join. You can come and chat with me and my friends, maybe play in some community game nights, or just join for the announcements. You can visit my website, thejam.games, for my press kit, which has even more information I didn't explain in this video. And that's everything, guys. Hope you have a good day, and look forward to Walrus Run.